Now, I'm warning you guys about this one. We're doing Jeffrey Dahmer. This is probably the most fucked up one, so if you're like sensitive to subjects involving blood, guts, body parts, just click off the video. It's very sexually explicit, so yeah. Alright, let's get started. Jeffrey Dahmer, he killed a lot of young men and boys. He would take their genitals and preserve them in jars. He would do it with acetone. As a young boy, he liked killing animals and liked dissecting them. His mother was frantic, and his dad was also working. He once said in an interview that he could do taxidermy instead of killing people. He played tennis at school. He realized he was gay at 14. He fantasized about a jogger at school and thought about killing him and having sex with his lifeless body. That's fucked up. At age 18, he picked up a guy that was hitchhiking in Ohio. He was the same age as him. They went back to his house and he knocked him out with a dumbbell and strangled him. He masturbated over the corpse. That's disgusting. And his body, he would kill 17 people. He did not kill for a while because he was in the army, where he raped his soldiers. He also would turn them into zombies by drilling a hole into their head and pouring chemicals into it. In 1987, he wanted to make a body, so he dismembered a young man while he was still alive. He boiled the flesh off his head and used the skull as a sex toy. He was later arrested for molesting a 13-year-old. He preserved the parts in acetone. He would take photos of the dead bodies. Now this is when he started drilling holes into the people's heads. The most fucked up thing he did with the drilling holes thing, he did the drilling holes thing to a 14-year-old boy, but this time he poured hydrofluoric acid into his skull. He left the boy alone at one point to get some beer because he was an alcoholic, if I mentioned that or not. When he returned, the boy was out in the street talking to 3 women. They noticed the boy was bleeding through his backside. When the cop came, Dahmer said the kid was his boyfriend. Let me remind you, he's like 18 or 19 now, and the kid's like 14. That's a little illegal and fucked up. The cop didn't even investigate. He took him home and put more acid in his head. The neighbors complained about chainsaw noises at night. His one victim ran away and told the cop. They found his collections. He got 15 life sentences in prison. He read books and turned to religion. And in prison, he also got killed in prison. Here's his thing, in case I read it too fast. That's a little backwards. Or you can just pause the video. Sorry if it's backwards, but yeah. I'm going to show you guys an interview clip, and then I'm going to go.
Dogs, cats. I suppose it could have turned into a normal hobby like taxidermy. And all I know is that I wanted to see what the insides of these animals looked like. There may have been some violence involved, some underlying subconscious feelings of violence. It was a compulsion. It became a compulsion.
What would you do with the dead animals, Jeff?
Take them back in the woods, skin them sometimes, slit them all the way open.